Welcome to the ASKWHY Podcast. Today, we're gonna tackle your procrastination, perfectionism, fear of failure, doubts, mindset, beliefs, all of that. And I'm gonna go as deep as I can to help you, because if you don't get over this, you will have the worst life possible. You will be struggling every single day. You will not reach what you want. You won't reach success if you don't get this through your fucking head. Trust me, I've struggled for so many years because I didn't understand these things. Quitting doesn't speed up the progress. Right there. Yeah, how many times have you sat down, looked at a thing, and you're like, this is not good enough. And you know what? I don't want to feel this way anymore. You see, the problem with us is that we always want to run away from bad feelings. We never sit there, we don't analyze it, we don't try to ask why. Why, where does it come from? We always run away with pleasure, with food, with bullshit that doesn't serve us, but only just shoves the pain deeper in, so it's harder to dig up later. That's all we're doing. Because realize this, you've been born a blank slate. A baby who had no Google Gaga thoughts, nothing, fucking zero. You couldn't even walk, right? And now somehow you're with these thoughts, with these beliefs, right? Where did they come from? Maybe from experience? So you gotta go back in time, go to your past and say, what made me feel this way? What made me think this way? What kind of beliefs did my family install in me? What kind of things did I experience in my childhood or recently that is making me feel this way? Everyone else is allowed to fail, right? But not you. You're supposed to be perfect. Why? Where did that come from? Let's dig deep into this because it's very important. I've been battling with this a long time, and I've gotten some insights that really helped me. So, first of all, you're wearing an armor and a mask to show up perfect in the world so you would be safe. Because now you can be vulnerable. Somebody hurt you, somebody took a knife and stabbed you in the heart, and now you're always cautious, always trying to make sure that you never get attacked again, right? So how can you prepare for every attack possible so you could be safe? What kind of tools do you need to have? Overthinking, because you will come up with every single scenario to not get hurt. For example, starting something, right? You think, oh, this will be hard, people will laugh at me, I'll have to be cringe at the beginning, I won't know what I'm doing, all of this, right? So let's not do it because I want to show up perfectly, I don't want to make mistakes, I don't want to damage my little ego and my image, I don't want people to look at me and say, oh wow, he's failing, he sucks at this, He looks like a crazy person, he believes that he can do this, please. So your mind is screaming at you not to do it because it's trying to protect you from the pain. So that's why you have to show up everywhere perfectly. You show up and now you can't do a 6 out of 10 job. You got to do a 10 out of 10 job. 6 out of 10 is not decent in your mind. It's like 0 out of 10. There's only two extremes, 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Either I show up and be a god and fucking nail everything, or I don't show up because I can't be perfect. Today I'm not feeling perfect, I can't do this. Fuck that mindset. That is holding you back from actually doing the work that you need, right? Drawing, for example, you show up and you're like, you are reminded of your failures. Not failures, but like your lack of progress every single time you sit down to draw and you're like, fuck, like I'm so shit. I gotta hide in my little cave. I hate the pain. I gotta run away. I can't stand it. I can't stomach it. It's not okay to feel this way. It might make you feel powerless, might make you feel hopeless because you're not in control. You're trying to be safe by running away, by not doing the thing, by quitting, because feeling this is not okay. I don't want to be reminded how much of a failure I am, so you run away because you've never sat down and looked into the source of the pain in the eyes and say, what the fuck is going on here? Why is this happening? Why do I have it? And why does it have such a grip on me? Damn. Next up, any progress is progress. I think that really ties in nicely with the last thing we spoke about. Even if you want to be perfect, fuck that. Go against it. Just show up every day, do the 1%, do the 2%, do the 10%, whatever, right? But just show up. The amount of time you spent wanting to be perfect and didn't show up, you would have gotten maybe the result that you wanted by just showing up imperfectly and doing it like half-assedly. I've done that. Sometimes, I gotta be honest, you show up with 5% and you don't feel like it's enough. You're not getting there fast enough. You know, what's that pressure? Where are you trying to go to? You know, for me, I think that once I reach success, I'll be relieved of my pain. But what from my experience I have learned that journaling is the real thing. Getting deep into yourself and analyzing why do we even need to get there to feel fulfilled really helps. That's what you gotta do, to look into yourself. This outside shit won't ever fix the inside, right? It's almost like your car broke down, your engine is fucked, yet you're fixing the tires. You know, you're not looking inside, you're looking outside. You're like, oh, this will help, right? I fixed all the tires. Why isn't the car fucking moving? Because the engine is fucked. Take a look inside of yourself. What are the beliefs here? Why do you want to prove yourself? Why do you want success? All these things are super important to look at and understand what are you doing. Because many millionaires have reached the money that they want and they're like, what is there to do now? I'm not happier. Yeah, you have the money now, you're living more comfortably, but that's more of a trap now. Because you're there and you think, oh yeah, this is the pinnacle. You know, there's not much other things in life besides, you know, outside, you know, like money, women, cars, apartments. Just 4 things there is, right? And you can't enjoy them because the demons that are inside of you are eating your ass. They're like, oh, well, you're not good enough. You know you're alone. You'll die alone. So don't be one of those people. Actually, go deep into yourself. Figure out why. It's gonna be fucking hard. I gotta warn you. It's gonna be really fucking hard. But you gotta do it. Because that's where happiness lies. Remember when you were a child and everything was exciting? But then, as life went on, you got more and more damage done to you. And now you can't move the same way. You can't even laugh at, you know, anything and just fucking climb all over the trees and anything. Because damage has been done. You've been rejected. You've been not loved the way you wanted to. You've been told you're not good enough. Maybe you were restricted. Maybe, you know, people hated you for no fucking reason. So you kind of lower yourself. So you gotta rise back up. This connects nicely. Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back, right? So, like I said, you can't really climb trees. You can't really, you know, roll around and have fun anymore. Why? Well, because we've been shamed. And maybe you have guilt. Where could that come from? Maybe you've done a thing that you can't forgive yourself for. Or maybe you've been shamed for a physical attribute that you have. And now you think that there's something wrong with you that, you know, you gotta hide. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta be perfect now. So nobody could pick at you. So nobody could like look at you and, oh, I see a flaw, I can fucking attack it. No, now you gotta wear a shield, gotta wear a mask to be safe. And then when you need to fail, you're afraid because that could be another thing that people could pick at or shame or, you know, make you feel guilty. Like, oh, who the fuck do you think you are to do this, right? Like, the fuck? On the topic of your fear of looking stupid, are you afraid of dancing? Are you afraid of actually singing and showing up? And are you afraid of genuinely speaking about what you want? All of that is shame. You're afraid to be shamed. Shame is the deepest, most primal fucking emotion you can ever feel. This is how governments are run, or people, or communities. By shame. Oh, we're all vaping, we're all going to party, and yet you work out, yet you read. You're so boring. Shame. Oh, you think you're special. Oh, you think you're a little business. They will shame you because that's a really powerful tactic to keep you at their level. Because if you succeed with less of resources that they have, or the same amount of resources, or the same mindset, or the same living conditions, that will show them that, holy shit, he's done it. And that means I fucked up. Nobody wants to feel fucked up or wrong, right? We all run away from our feelings. We try anything we can to never feel those bad emotions ever again, right? We live off old highs. For example, you eat a fucking hamburger like fucking 10 years ago as a child and you're like, oh my god, that was the best. Now you're eating the same hamburger, trying to feel the nostalgia, feel the emotions that you felt fucking 10 years ago. You're holding on to old ghosts to bring you comfort from the bad feelings you're avoiding. So journal, ask what the fuck is happening with you. I wanted to ask why, but I said ask what, whatever. So you gotta do the work, because if you don't do the deep inner work within yourself and realize what the fuck you are, how you work, what kind of cycles are you in, people can't control you. People will push you into situations where you will just lock into autopilot and do the same shit, right? So you gotta break out of that. It's the most hardest journey you will ever be on, but goddammit, is it fucking worth it. All right, maybe I'm not speaking about the quotes good enough, but I'm thinking that I'm spitting some fucking wisdom that might help you, right? Hey, look, I'm trying not to be perfect here, and it's really hard, so please stay. Oh yeah, so another quote that ties in nicely with that last one is, be brave enough to be bad at something new. Because you're going against everything when you start something new. And new is very scary, you know why? Because first of all, you're not safe anymore. You don't know, you can't predict what happens. And your overthinking mind hates it. Because you know how many fucking things can go wrong, right? You don't feel in control anymore. You gotta leave your old self behind. And now I'm gonna go deeper here, because your ego wants to feel safe in this world. Because let's be honest, world is unpredictable. You don't know what the fuck will happen. You're never guaranteed safety in any second. So your ego is trying to manage this absurdity of life by saying, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what will happen, and I feel safe. That's great, because I want to survive. Because if I start thinking about, oh yeah, a nuke could just go off at any fucking moment, that will drive you nuts. So your good buddy ego saying, you know what, think about just the routine, just think about the things you have thought about, that will be safe. You just need to survive long enough to give your seed to somebody, and that's it, you know. Self-improvement. You're funny. You know, you should just eat the most tastiest fucking fruits possible, because there's so much sugar, they're gonna give us fat, you're gonna survive longer. Survival. If you ever wanna figure out what the fuck is happening, always ask, how does this benefit me? Because your ego is all about you. It's selfish. It's supposed to be, because it tries to survive. Your whole entire life, every single problem you have, every single thought you have, every single feeling, every single person, every single thing is about you. Your entire life, the way you're living, it's all selfish. Somehow it connects back to you. You can't be a victim here. If something happens that you didn't like, ask yourself, why did this happen and how does this relate to me? If you want a better explanation of this, because this can change your entire life and maybe even give you manic depression for like 2 months, search up actualize.org, Leo Gura, ego dev. Trust me, he will explain it much better than I can. I'm also here not give you all the wisdom, but to put you on the right path and give you the right resources for you to grow. That's what I want to do with this community that I'm building. So if you want to join, go down Discord link, join us. There's nobody yet, but I'm here to build a community that can help each other grow all the fucking time. So if you are a curious mind, I think you will be satiated by joining us and actually growing along each other. Because any knowledge, any resources I have, I want to share with you, so then you could grow and then learn something new and share with us, and then we just keep going back and forth, you know. So that's a really beautiful vision. And these hoodies that I'm selling are to fund the community. Oh wow, I derailed so hard I don't even remember where we even started. Okay, damn. That's why I like podcasts, because your mind just goes. I just want to spill everything I know. Take it. I hope it's any of value. If you're watching so far, which is impossible, comment suck. blue sock and like say what you realized, or did it help you, did it not? So basically your ego does not want to start something new because it makes it feel not in control. And you want to be in control because that makes you feel safe. So be brave enough to be bad at something new, because sometimes our ego doesn't even let ourselves look bad. And yet you want to prove yourself as well, because I'm tough shit, right? If you've been put down, now you want to rise above as much as possible and say, this is me. I matter, and I'm gonna prove to you that I matter by doing these amazing things, right? So you can never shit on me ever again. That's a protective mechanism, safety mechanism. Perfection is a safety mechanism. It's trying to prevent the hurt that you felt by giving you this armor and shield and a sword to be never hurt again. So figure out what made you hurt so bad. And maybe you will start the fucking thing that you've been dreaming about for like the last 15 years, 10 years, basically. Another quote that ties in very nicely is, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. I think it's by Seneca. I put this here because it's so fucking true. How many times you've been shitting your pants? Oh my god, doctor's appointment is gonna be so fucking bad. And you go in and it's just kind of easy. You just kind of go through it. And then you're like, damn, that wasn't that bad. But the next time you go in, you are panicking, shitting yourself again and again and again. Now, look, if you're a very anxious person, if you have a lot of anxiety about things, upcoming events, I want to ask you something. How many times have you survived that encounter and haven't realized it yet still? You've survived through so much shit and you don't give yourself credit for it. You're still running on this kind of mindset that, oh shit, everything will go to shit, I'm fucked, it will be horrible. Why? Why think that way still? You've been through so much and you've grown so much and yet you don't give yourself props yet. That's not fair. That's not fucking fair. Be your own friend. Sit yourself down and say, look, you've done a great job, and try to take it in, because most of us can't accept love, and that's why we don't feel loved. Even though people around me, projection, people around you say, you're doing great, you're doing this and this and that, and yet you can't believe it. Or maybe even better example would be, you want to give yourself props, yet you don't. It's kind of fucked. Don't withdraw love from yourself, because at the end of the day, if we kill everybody and we take everything away and you're just in a coffin, locked up, nails and everything, and you can't escape, it's only you. Okay, that's kind of fucked. I'm sorry. That was, I'm sorry. Okay, let's not think about death. You're gonna die one day. Yet you act like you won't. You act like, oh, another day will be promised and I'll wake up and everything will be okay. What if you lose a leg? What if you get in a car crash? You're still young. Even if you're 40, I don't give a fuck. You still can get your life together. You can. So many other people do it. Why can't you? Like, people more dumber than you are making millions are living happier lives somehow, maybe if you look at it materialistically. And yet I can't do it. People without fucking legs bike, cycle, run. They participate in the fucking Olympics without having limbs. Motherfucker. Some people without arms and legs just swim. David Goggins has swam with his fucking wrists tied, with his legs tied. He swam even though he hates water. So there's no fucking excuses. Oh, Alex Honnold. Basically, a guy who can climb a mountain with no gear, with his hands, climbed I'm afraid to say like a 1 kilometer high mountain. And you're telling me you getting up the bed and doing the fucking work in your safe little apartment with your safe little life is impossible, or you can't do it? That's all fucking excuses to keep you safe. Fuck being safe. If you're so safe, it's sickening. You don't need to hunt. You don't need to survive the harsh, cold climates anymore. You don't need to, go through the jungle naked. All of this is so cushy and nice, and yet you're throwing it away, just fucking feeding yourself pleasure without actually utilizing the perfect moment to be alive here, where all the tools are given to you. There's AI, there's fucking everything you need, and yet you're not taking action. And what? You will tell your kids, oh yeah, sorry, I was just a lazy piece of shit. My brain put me in this position, and now we're broke, and now I can't buy you the toys you want. We can't buy diapers if we're broke. We can barely put fucking end to end together. And then your generations to come will be like, who was your grandfather anyway? I don't know. He was like some loser or something. See, I'm shaming you and it's working. See? See? All right, there's so many fucking quotes. I'm sorry, I'm not getting through it. I just want to spit some wisdom. I trail off, I speak about something else. I'm so sorry. Discomfort is necessary. Oh my God, perfect. See how it flows so nicely? Have you seen any of the greats and they said, yeah, I got everything I wanted by just sitting around and thinking about it? Yeah? Oh yeah. It was easy. Nobody fucking told you that. Those greats that you look up to, they practiced their ass off. They obsessed over it. That's why they're great, because, and they failed more times than you even thought about starting something. They failed so many times. I am coming to learn something that actually mistakes give you the success, not being perfect. Because mistakes give you experience, and now you won't repeat the same thing again. So if you fail enough times, you won't have nothing to fuck up at anything, and you'll just have a straight line towards your goal or towards the success that you want, because you have not have figured out everything, but you have put away all the possibilities of failings, or shortcomings. So fucking fail, because that grows you, right? So fail, go to gym, don't know what the fuck shit is doing, and honestly, the first time I went to the gym, I looked at the machines and I was like, okay, wow, these are death traps. I don't know what the fuck these are doing. Medieval torturing machines, and I still went through it. I still fucked up my back. I still done all these bad things until I figured out a plan that works for me after 2 years. Another thing that I really want to touch upon is you gotta be patient. Oh God, this was one of the things that really held me back. Patience. We are so used to the insta gratification, insta pleasure, that we can't really wait for something. We gotta have it now. We gotta be rich quick. We gotta fucking have the instant abs within a week. It's impossible. You gotta put in some time, right? Look at trees. Trees are so fucking beautiful, and they take hundreds of years to grow. Look at nature. Try to replicate nature. What nature does, that's how you should be, because we're part of nature. It grows slow, you grow slow. If a thing doesn't work after a week and you want to quit it, you're a fucking dumbass. You're truly a fucking dumbass. You should quit after 6 months. You're like, oh yeah, I can't understand it. It does not work. Fuck this. Yeah, sure. Then you can see. You can see that. But again, wait a little bit and tell yourself, I'll quit tomorrow. Because it might just be your frustration speaking, not actually you wanting to quit, Because the want is always there to reach the goal that you have. You never not want the goal. It's just the process that is hard. I was impatient for a long ass time, and this is why I'm still here. Because I wasn't patient enough to go through the mistakes, to let my ego hurt, to be like, fuck, this hurts, I don't know much. And that really hurt my ego, because I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be a god amongst men, because that made me feel good, and that protected me, and that gave me sort of like a fight within me to fight against what other people said. So fuck all of that. Honestly, just do the work again. So next up, hope you're still tuning in, because I'm in a flow state right now. It's very nice. It's not hard, it's just new. Oh, that is so fucking good. Games. You started off, you didn't know how it worked, it felt clunky, you tried, and then you got better, but the game didn't change. You just got better. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. Of course it's gonna be hard. There's nothing wrong with you. You haven't learned the skills. You haven't gotten yourself familiar and comfortable with it. You haven't learned through mistakes. Of course, it's going to be hard. So never blame yourself for not getting this thing. For example, so many people just, fail at math and chemistry in school or any hard topics because they look at it. They're like, yeah, I'm a dumbass. I won't ever understand this. Already a limiting belief that will make you not understand this for the rest of your life. You gotta always be open and say, you know what? Everything is possible. So every door is open. So try that. But yeah, when you say, I can't do this, you're right. I can't do this, you're right still, because what you say is true. How you believe things, that's what's true. So that's why so many people fail at chemistry and math, because they say this shit is hard and I'm a fucking dumbass. I won't ever understand this. There's something wrong with me, and they don't try at all. Well, they didn't practice it. They didn't try to understand it. They didn't try it. They just said no, and that's it. They left. That's the worst thing that can happen. And the thing is, maybe after you spend a year practicing one of the chemistry or math, then you can look back and it's like, damn, I understand so much now. But it hasn't changed. The math hasn't changed. It stayed the fucking same. You changed. You learned. You can always learn everything you want. I fucking guarantee you that. You will figure out a way if you really want it. Think that everything is possible. I really believe so. Everything is possible. Okay, look, I'm gonna give you a formula that I think will help you. Improving plus not quitting equals success. That's it. Tattoo it on your fucking forehead and look in the mirror for 2 hours and, read it over and over again, because that is true. Anything, even the skill that you don't like, improve, not quit, and you'll be successful at it. That's the mindset that you should have when you want to quit. And that will help you immensely. That's what I've done. That's why I'm still here after 9 months, baby. The magic you're looking for is in the work you avoid doing. Yes. That is very true. You're still sitting here, you're still dreaming about that thing, and it just doesn't come into reality, right? Why are you not happy still? Why are you don't have the riches that you want? Why don't you have the skill that you really desired? Why? Because you haven't done the work. The magic you're looking for is in the work you avoid doing. And fuck all the materialistic shit. Fuck all the sheepdog, the money, whatever. That is just icing on the cake. What really matters is inside of you. Because the fun, the joy, the lightness, the good experiences from life come from releasing and healing. You run away whenever things get hard, whenever you feel bad, whenever things get uncomfortable. That is the work that you need to do, or the thing that you need to solve to get the magic you want. For example, for me, I'm still getting there because, like I said, you think that the riches and the things, and once I reach this, once I have this skill, once I am able to do like 100 push-ups in a cool party game, right? Everybody will love me. I'll feel like a god. I'll finally feel like I'm enough. You do this, you reach the 100 push-ups, you do them, and you still feel the same. Because what you avoid is actually taking a deep look into yourself and saying, what the fuck is going on here? That's the hardest thing to do. And that's what you're avoiding. That's the magic inside of you, not outside. Outside, honestly, like I said, the success is pretty simple. Improving plus not quitting equals success. That's all you need to do for the outside world to get some things. But the inside is much fucking complicated. That's the magic that you should be looking for, not outside. Turn inward. Look at yourself. That really helps, because let's get personal here, since you've listened so far. Is that always thought, oh, maybe once I, lift this much, for example, oh yeah, I started at 20 kilograms for something, now I'm like at 80, and it still doesn't feel the same. The black hole within me still doesn't close, because it always requests more and more. And maybe once you reach this, it will be good enough. Maybe once you reach this is good enough. No. It will never be, because you haven't closed the hole that is demanding all these things. And I've tried to reach them. I tried to, oh, maybe once I read this many books, or maybe once I become more funny, maybe I'll feel happier. What does that happier mean? Happier is maybe I'll finally accept myself. Maybe I'll finally love myself. Maybe I'll finally be enough to not hate myself, not to feel like shit. And why do you feel like shit? Why do you feel depressed? Because there's so much pain, so much unresolved shit within you that you haven't looked at. That you think, oh, maybe more drugs, maybe more alcohol, maybe more partying, maybe this perfect partner, maybe love will solve this. It won't. Looking into yourself deep, that's what will make you happy. Maybe even right now I'm recording this podcast and I'm thinking, oh yeah, maybe once people get healed, maybe I'll be happy. How the fuck does the outside getting better makes this better, you know? How does that relate? You look at there, but yet you want something better here, you know? The grass is always greener on the other side. Well, yeah, because you're not there fucking it up with your mind, projecting it, looking at it, analyzing it, feeling like shit. Anywhere you go, you'll be there. And it will feel the same. Oh, maybe once I travel and get into another country, I'll feel better. No, you won't. Because you're still there. Still, all the demons inside of you are unresolved. So this starting issue that you have is not about more motivation, more outside things. It's about inside of you. You need to do the work on yourself to actually be better outside. Because take out your eyes, cut off your ears, tape your mouth. If you take out your brain, you can't even understand reality anymore. So how the fuck do you think this reality makes sense to you? Through your brain. And what does your brain have? Thoughts, beliefs, emotions, unresolved trauma, all of that, and your body. Reality happens from you to outside, not differently outside in. Yeah, there is like a loop, you know, something happens outside, you take it in, then you project it out, and then it comes back. It's like an infinite loop. So basically what you are thinking and what are you doing is gonna send back. So actions have consequences. So, you know, it's gonna always be like this. So you better fix yourself if you want the reality to be better. There you go. That's what I want to say. That's the fucking gold. Oh, I'm getting shivers. Oh, I hope you're getting shivers too, you know? Let's go. What's next? We're almost done. Holy shit, I thought we wouldn't be done. It would take too long because I ramble too much, but here we are. Oh, yeah, there you go. Just because you're struggling doesn't mean you're failing. Yeah, it's just a thing of vulnerability here, because you don't want to seem like you're struggling. You want to be this powerhouse that walks everywhere and feels perfect, you know. You want to fix a hole inside of you somehow, you know. You want to not be vulnerable. You want to be vulnerable, but you can't, because the hurt says, we can't do this, the mask. Oh, we can't open up because you will be hurt. And survival is more important than your little like expressions and speaking about what you want. That does not matter. You want to die, boy? You want to die, boy? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up and stay away from pain, because pain is bad. Pain might kill us. If we get too much of it, it might kill us. So resolve your pain, look inwards, and that should go away. That's just a good quote. It doesn't really need explaining that much, but you know. And the next up is worry never fixes anything. Look how many times you have overthought, overthunk, and if that worked, your entire life would be perfect by now. So keep overthinking, yeah, because that's working. No, nothing has been solved by your worries, by your fears, by your overthinking. None of that shit made any of your life better. Never. You worry about something, good job. Now the worrying makes you more shit at it. For example, I remember this moment in my life where I was getting driver license. I was sitting behind the wheel and I was nervous. And the nervousness made me fuck up more. But if I was like calm and controlled, then I would be confident. Everything would go smoothly because I'm not nervous. Nervousness is what fucks it up. You overthinking is what fucks it up. It doesn't solve it, it fucks it up more. So just calm down, being calm and being neutral. That's where it's at. You know, because if you're nervous about being nervous or being mad about being nervous, fuck that. Just let yourself flow. Just let yourself be nervous. Don't think about it. Just exist. And that should be better. All right. And now, maybe for the last one, right? Have we gone through everything? Okay, so this one is, it never gets easier, you just get better. I don't remember if you talked about this, but it's still, it's the same as, it's not hard, it's just new, just said better, I suppose. Your goals don't care how you feel. They don't. If you cry, if you quit, doesn't matter. They're still gonna be there, still gonna be demanding in your brain, like, achieve us, reach us, come on. And they will nag you. And honestly, that gave me the motivation to be like, yeah, mourning and crying and feeling bad and feeling discouraged, it's all healthy. Let everything out. Never push or suppress, because that will make you depressed. Always let out, journal, don't cause harm, don't harm yourself, don't yell at others, but like always feel it out. You know, you need a second, you sit down, you meditate, you feel it out. Don't ever push it down, because then after a while it will come back up and it will be a nasty fucking thing. Then you'll make it 10 times worse than if you just said it how it is right now. Same with communication, honestly, with other people. If you don't communicate what you need and you just kind of, you know, you feel hurt and you don't say anything, that will build up and then it will get nasty. So you better communicate now what you need. And, you know, you might fear that you will look stupid because, oh, I need a hug, oh, I need you to look at me and all this. It's very important to communicate, even if it feels bad because, fuck, I might get rejected, I might say no. All your worst fears come up and they speak to you in those moments because, well, why are you not communicating well or being vulnerable in the first place? If you were, well, it wouldn't be a problem. But there's something holding you back. Figure it out. Ask why. Anyway. And start it now, figure out later. How I spoke about this. Just start it now. I've given you everything you need to clean yourself, to get over the fears and do the shit that you fucking want, because look, you have one life. You're not gonna get another one. And honestly, you really wanna live the same old repetitive fucking life over and over again and just living in the same cycles, the same situations your entire fucking life. Think about those people who worked at one job for 25 years. Nothing has changed. They haven't moved up. They haven't overcome struggle. They haven't had the hero's journey, which is rising up to the occasion, fucking going through the hard shit, achieving, celebrating. Make your life exciting. And you're like, oh God, why is this not exciting? Because you're not doing shit. You're not fucking creating. You're just sitting there consuming. Like right now, you are consuming. Stop consuming, start creating, and have a fucking balance with that shit as well. Because you can't just always create. You gotta consume a little too, you know? Let it out. Maybe you're pent up with creative energy and you haven't done anything and you're just depressed because what have you made? What have you put out into the world? If it goes in, it gotta come out. There's always got to be a circle. There's always got to be an infinity symbol. You know, you get it. Like what comes back again. So just start it now. Start now, figure out later. You got this. I believe in you. People that you look up to have started where you have started. Even worse situations, honestly. And they have made it work. What is your excuse? Honestly, it's so relieving to just fucking do it and fail. I even like the process of failing because when you fix the mistake that you made, now you're better. Now you're like, oh shit, I won't ever do this again. And I've learned. It's cool to learn. It's exciting. That is living. This is how you live. You go and do shit and you fail and you try again and then you succeed. That's wonderful. It's up and down, not just bzzz. I don't know. Don't repeat the same day for like 30 fucking years. Make every day exciting with like trying something new and going through something. Because from now on, 10 years later, will you be able to look back and say, holy shit, what a life. That was amazing. I went through so much shit. I remember this, how hard that was, but I went through it. Now I'm here. You know, ups and downs is beautiful. That's how life is supposed to be. For myself, I had the same experience where I look back at this brand that I'm fucking fumbling up and fucking up. and thinking what is actually the purpose, because I just don't want to sell you fucking shit that you don't need and be like, yeah, thank you, give me money. I want to do something great and get money and help others and just live my fucking purpose, because what else is there to do? Slave away? No, thanks. I want to do something fucking meaningful with my life. So I look back and I'm like, look, I made this logo. I made that logo. What the fuck? I look at this hoodie and it's hard to fucking comprehend, because this was an idea once. I was fucking up in a sketch pad trying to draw something cool in my idea. This was an idea in my head. Now it's reality. It's right here. It's in my hands. I can look at it. I can touch it. I've done something. I created. And it's fucking insane. I'm getting mad shivers, or maybe I'm just cold. I don't know. But this is the point of life. Creating. Doing something. Having fun with it. The system is here because it wants to keep you down, not enjoy life. Because if everybody enjoyed life, nobody would need money, all that kind of shit. Yeah. So join the community if you want to be a part of something greater, and if you want to grow faster, learn better, heal better, everything. Join the community. It will make your life better. It will make life exciting to live again. And go check out the hoodie, because everything I've said with the quotes is on the back of this hoodie. And if you wear it, you help others as well, because if you're walking down the street and somebody sees this, they're like, oh damn, that's a good idea. Sorry, now figure it out later. I've never thought about it that way. They just might do it. So this community is all about helping. This clothing brand is about helping. I am all about helping you. So follow if you want. And I see you on another podcast.